I got a comment about a month ago asking me if I could beat Skyrim at the lowest possible level. And the answer is yes, actually, and it's rather easy, in fact. So let me show you how I did it. Ignoring the fact that for some strange reason it was trying to prompt me to talk to Cicero, the start of the game goes rather typically for me. As in, I get stuck in a doorway, fail to do a speedrunning skip, and sprint into Helgen Keep. From there, I steal whatever I think would be useful, decide to slam my face into a bowl until the laws of physics stop working, and phase into the nothingness that surrounds the rooms in Helgen Keep. Stealing more stuff, I take a quick look at the skills, just to see where they all start, which is probably a good time to explain exactly what the challenge is. You see, it's not just beating Skyrim at level 1, because anyone can do that. Level up the skills all you want, just don't increase your level. That's too easy. No, we're trying to beat Skyrim without gaining any experience in the slightest, which locks us out of a surprising number of things, like all of the useful stuff. You know, fighting, buying anything, making potions, sneaking, enchanting, smithing, even wearing armor and taking damage. So I know what you're thinking. How the hell are you supposed to play the game? That's what we're here to find out. The first stop is, of course, Riverwood. Free supplies are always a plus, so I take them from Alvor and his house. From there it's a beeline to Whiterun, where we'll take the cart to Solitude. At Katla's farm, if you see my previous videos, we'll find an old familiar friend. This very unique bucket with a handle, which we'll grab and begin making our way across Skyrim's northern coast, heading eastward. Once in Dawnstar, I head the classic Dawnstar chest to pick up some essentials, gold, soul gems, and salt piles. From there I need a pickaxe, but I didn't want to just grab some boring old pickaxe you could find anywhere, so I decided to scale the entire throat of the world to grab the unique notched pickaxe at the top, and then use it to mine all of the ore available nearby. And then heading back to Helgen. From Helgen, we can head westward with the plan to make it to Knife Ridge Point. Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm trying to kite these bandits around to something that could kill them all, and it's working for the most part, but I do need my own way of dealing damage. So finally, I head to Winterhold, which has been the goal this whole time. I scale down these cliffs, where I can walk up this conveniently placed ridge, enter a cave, and whip out my bucket. If you haven't seen my previous Skyrim video, this bucket is useful for one primary reason: flight. And fly I do, directly into the back exit of the Midden, beneath the College of Winterhold. Traversing the Midden, I enter into the college proper, where I begin stealing all of the soul gems, brooms, and fire, frost, and storm, and normal salts I can find. Classic Skyrim. Oh, and it happened again. Let's try the other door. Excellent. With this lightning staff, I'm finally good to clear out that mine, only to realize that the ores I'm looking for from this mine don't spawn unless you've started a certain quest. I recalculate quick and find some of the ore I needed near an Imperial camp I walked through a bit earlier. After that, I stop for another bandit camp to grab some moonstone ore, and then finally one more mine for some orichalcum. And with all of that grabbed, we can finally begin preparations in earnest. You see, I had another secret motive for sneaking into the College of Winterhold, and specifically the Midden, earlier. Within the Midden is the secret to the success of this entire run, which is actually one of my favorite locations in the whole game. So I'm glad I can demonstrate its power in this run. This, my friends, is the Atronach Forge, and this is the reason the run is going to be easy. You see, when I was planning this out, I knew combat was going to be an issue. As such, there were really only two ways I could think of that would carry me through the whole campaign, as there are a number of times companions wouldn't be able to follow me. These were scrolls and staffs, as they don't affect your experience level when used at all. And what just so happens to be able to spawn scrolls and staffs? The Atronach Forge. When inserting void salts, a broom or a calcum ore, and a greater or grand soul gem, we can summon a staff of the Storm Atronach, allowing me, for essentially free because I stole this shit, to summon a high-level Storm Atronach to do all of the fighting. With the build essentially finished, I need to get rid of that extra experience I had from Sneak randomly being leveled during the tutorial. as well as some emergency enchanting I had to do to clear out a mine. And there's a simple solution to this as well, actually. Earlier, I was caught stealing something from the College of Winterhold, so I have a small fine. Talking to a guard, he's not pleased by this, so he sends me straight to jail. Upon serving my time and exiting, all of that pesky experience is gone, and we can finally start the main quest. Back to Riverwood, it's a hop, skip, and a jump to Bleak Falls Barrow, where my Storm Atronach makes short work of the opposition. A scroll of Fireball makes easy work of Arvel the Swift, and I am free to just keep truckin'. The Draugr Overlord at the end gets clapped, easily, and I head straight to Whiterun to keep her moving. However, rather than proceed to Dragon's Reach for the main quest, I do a cheeky jump, and head right under Whiterun to grab some more supplies from his vendor chest. From there, I head to Dragon's Reach. There's a significant amount of yapping going on, but eventually, dragon fight! I should say I sit there and watch a dragon fight, which does unlock our next method of dealing damage, or at least contributing to fights, that being shouts. Shouting has no experience level attached to it, so I am able to participate in fights now. Along with that comes my next method of free damage, Lydia. It's like having a permanent Atronach that scales to my level, so not that powerful. But from there, to the Greybeards I go. Something horn. Alright, horn's gone. Let's go find it. Oh, cultists. I didn't think these showed up to level 10. Huh. Free robes, I guess. Well, shock and surprise. Delphine is a blade, and she stole the horn, and she hates the Thalmor. Whoa. Oh, she wants me to kill a dragon. Alright, light work, let's do it. And another one. For good measure. She didn't ask for that one, I just get distracted a lot. Speaking of which, while I'm technically on my way to do diplomatic immunity, I got really distracted for a while, trying to access this hidden chest in the Blue Palace. It did work once, which was quite thrilling, and was a nice pick-me-up before diplomatic immunity. Of course, I then had to do diplomatic immunity, which is one of the missions of all time. And I really don't have anything to say about it. You know, I take a moment to restock on staffs, kind of just throw a bunch of them at Malborn. You know that saying, when all you've got is a hammer, every problem looks like a nail? I'd like you to meet my hammer. Alright, that's done. Let's go get Esbern.
No useless trash. Where'd I put my annotated annuad?
Alright, Esbern acquired, which means we're off to everyone's favorite fun puzzle house. Skyhaven Temple. Skyhaven Temple just involves bouncing in place while Esbern lore dumps, and then sliding slowly off of this table while Delphine stares at me. Then I have to go talk to the Greybeards and Paarthurnax, but that sounds boring, so I return to the Blue Palace to slam my face into a wall some more. I think this is a great representation of Skyrim's main quest, actually, in that I am literally more interested in slamming my face into a wall repeatedly than getting it done. In fact, to delay the inevitable a bit longer, I just go get the Elder Scroll. It does take me distressingly longer than usual to find Septimus Cygnus' outpost, but we get there in due time. And I just kind of blitz through Aftland and Blackreach, because it seems that Frost and Storm Atronach are a bit strong for level 1 characters. Who'd have thunk? Well, emphasis on most of them. Then I finally go see the Greybeards, who show me a shout, then demonstrate some more shouts for me live, and then I watch this guy do the Running Man. Parthy's chill, as per the usual. He wants me to read an Elder Scroll, which I have completely coincidentally come across in my adventures for no particular reason, which then means 7-minute unskippable cutscene that I have basically memorized after 13 years of playing this game. Then Alduin shows up, and gets easily clapped by my Storm Atronach and this stick I found on a follower's body. We then go to Jarl Balgruuf, who is the chillest dude in the game, because, I mean, if it was me, if some dude asked to use my house to trap a dragon, I'd chuck him about as far out of my city as I could throw him. I stopped for a moment here to restock at the Atronach Forge, because this is essentially the end game of the main quest, and I figure about 12 staffs of the Flame Atronach should do it. And a few scrolls just to be safe. From here, season unending. Grab the 2 morons, bring them to High Hrothgar, slam my head against my desk for 20 minutes, and we're good to go. Odahviing shows up, gets captured, and immediately offers to sell out his boss for basically nothing. I accept, because duh. And we're off to Skuldafn. I have previously found a number of ways to skip Skuldafn, from either just, climbing the mountains, or inventing bucket-powered flight. But I'm a guy who likes variety, I say, playing the same game I've been playing for 12 years. So I actually just do the intended method this time around, where I walk through, the entire dungeon and kill everything. It is as long and annoying as I recall. But I did finally recall that I have shouts, like Fire Breath, that actually do something in fights. So I can be useful beyond standing there summoning Atronachs, which, to be fair, I still do a lot of that. But before you know it, we're in Sovngarde. I watch soon get 2-shot by a Storm Atronach, and go retrieve the venerable ancient Nord heroes to go fight the big lizard. Despite the many restrictions I have on myself due to this challenge run, Alduin is still a pushover. I summon a Storm Atronach, empty a lightning staff into him, cast Firestorm from a scroll, and he falls down in a single minute of fighting. Legitimately. A single minute. I timed it. There's a timer going on this clip right now. 1 minute. So that's that. There's a minor bit of stealth experience, which, according to my research, the game just gives you whenever you're fighting dragons, because they just stop paying attention to you once in a while. Which is incredibly annoying, but other than that, the game is complete without gaining any experience. Honestly, I expected this to be a bit harder. Like, I was looking into staff crafting in the Dragonborn DLC, I was trying to find, set scroll spawns and all that, and then I just remembered the Atronach Forge exists and is awesome as hell. It's got a bunch more stuff locked behind level 100 Conjuration, actually. If you've never seen it before, I'd recommend giving that a shot on your next playthrough. But it's an easy way to unload what might be junk in return for some fair loot. So yeah, that's the challenge run. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, have a good one.